who marched and got burned.
I get that. Now here's a question.
We can vote.
Yeah, here's a question now. So if you don't have a candidate, because there's some people that have this view, and this is not my view. This is stuff that I know from the world. If your candidate is not there, do you withhold do you reserve and withhold your vote? Because you're not going to vote for Biden because he sucks. You're definitely going to vote for Trump. He sucks. You wanted your candidate for your party, and it's not a liberal, and it's not an independent or anybody else that's on the ticket. So do you, I think and all these other people are saying, hold your vote until they give us what we want.
No, and let me tell you why. Because if the 49ers is playing Kansas City in the Super Bowl, you ain't going to go put a bet on the Cowboys. Cowboys ain't in the Super Bowl. So you ain't going to waste your money and go bet on the Cowboys. So my whole thing is...
So you just don't bet?
Don't
bet.
That's my question.
But guess what? What if it matters if one of those teams wins? So let's just say this. If they tell you, pick one of these teams, if your team wins, you might get a higher draft pick. And you're like, nah, I don't like neither one. I ain't picking it. I really don't care about us getting a higher draft pick. So my whole thing is when people say, well, none of them is for me, so I'm not going to vote. But whoever wins is controlling this country. That's for you. You still got to live in this country. You still got to pay taxes. You still want to know where your tax dollars is going. Your guy might not made it to the finals, but these two dudes, one of them is going to win and one of them is going to have an effect on you one way or another. So,
but what if both effects is not to your liking? Like,
they won't be. They never will be. Both effects are never going to be. Neither one is going to ever be to your liking. You got to decide which one can I most live with, or which one can I least live with.
Because you're going to live with one for 4 years, and by sitting back and say, nah, I don't like neither one, so I'm not going to vote. So because you're not there's nowhere in the U.S. where you could say I didn't vote, so you can't govern me. I'm over here. I can't get governed. I don't want to be governed this year because I didn't vote. Somebody's going to govern you. One of these two dudes is going to govern you. Like, no, both of them could care less about black people. But we're just not black. We're still American. We still got jobs. We still pay taxes. So you can't just say, nah. He ain't gonna give us reparation. I'm not voting for him. The other one, nah, I'm not voting for him. What he gonna do for black people? So it's down to two people.
So what do you say to those folks that because that's an argument out there.
It is.
It's
There's one thing about that Gene said that wasn't correct. I agree with everything Gene said, except one thing that's not entirely true. It's incomplete. Gene said we're going to live with the results of whoever wins the election for 4 years. That's not true.
At least 4 years.
We're going to live with the result of whoever's in office well past 4 years, because even if Trump is gone, we are screwed with the stuff he did on the Supreme Court and other things that he did with the laws and things that he passed. We're screwed with that shit for generations. So it matters who's in the White House for those 4 years, because a lot of damage can be done in 4 years.
You're right.
Generations worth of damage.
You're right.
Done.
Generations.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
You're right.
So, yeah, maybe both of them would suck. I'll concede that. They're both horrible people. Who's going to do the most damage to this country that my children got to live in for the next 10, 20,
grandkids,
30, 40 years?
Great grandkids.
That my grandchildren got to live with. Because when I'm gone, some of the shit that Trump did will still be fucking this country over when I'm dead.
Facts.
Do I give him another 4 years worth of fuckery?
Well, I mean, that's from your lens, right?
That's how I'm looking at it.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying that the thing we can't dismiss is as passionate as you are on that front. There's somebody with a equally opposing view and vision that will be in stark contrast to everything that you just said.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right. So again, going back to that conversation around money, right? If right now under Trump, I made this startup, blew up, whatever, came off, and I became a millionaire. And now my generations are affected. And for years to come, we're set. I think he was the best thing since sliced bread because he cut off the China trade or he put the tax on, and I came in, I did an import-export business or whatever, and now I'm the man. And I've set up my legacy and I've set up my dynasty based off of what he did and his policy that he put in place. So that person will have that opposite view than you had, where you're thinking that he screwed it up. They're going to be thinking like, oh, this is great. So it's very subjective.
There's a reason for that, though. It's not money. It's not just money.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, but that is a piece that you can't dismiss, though, right? So it's not black and white. It's not just, we're talking about the impact on our people and how this affects us on an individual basis. But I don't want to discount the fact that there may be somebody who looks like me, who is in my same position, who feels the total opposite of what I feel because of that variable having more weight to them than what I put forth in terms of, the moral construct or where I am in society or what I have done or how I have uplifted as a people. You got some people. What is this? What is the stupid movie? Queen and Slim. Anybody see that movie?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
crap.
I seen it.
All right. Yeah, whatever. Right. But anyway,
Okay.
in the story, and any spoiler alerts, anybody didn't see it, whatever, you can watch it, whatever. It's not that great in my opinion. But anyway, they get away, but get caught or get turned on by their own people at the end of the day. Old drug dealing dude turn them in for like 50K or something like that. And they get shot up and get killed at the end of the movie, whatever, right? They was clean. They were gone. All the white people, everybody was helping them out, trying to get them out the country, doing all this other shit, whatever, da da da. Own people turned on them and got him killed. So again, to him, and at the end, he's sitting back counting his stacks. He's chilling. Oh, he came off, caught a lick. He good. He don't give a crap about these people who became the symbol of the black movement throughout the country, who were being put up on platforms and becoming heroes because they fought against the injustice of the crooked cop who shot the girl and overreacted and all this type of stuff, whatever. So when you think about that, there's always going to be somebody, a whole bunch of people that's going to have a different view on what matters to them. Some people will care less about the people and will care way more about themselves.
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
Right. And so I'm saying, I'm just there's that other viewpoint, that other thing we always have to consider.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe that's your 20%. I don't know.
That's 100% what it is. At the presidential level, there are the people who vote for themselves and they don't give a shit about anybody else in the country and how it impacts them. And then there are people who vote for what they consider the greater good, and they vote for themselves locally. I'm one of the people who I vote for myself in local elections, and in the national elections, I vote for my people. That's how I think. There are other people who don't do that. They vote for themselves in the national elections, and they vote for what they feel is best for them. And I get that.
And to further your point, had George W. run for another term, I don't think Obama might not have been my first black president, because George W. took care of a brother. Why would I want to risk that?
Well, for the greater good, of everyone else.
Right. No, I hear what you're saying, but I got to think about my pockets. because my pockets is that's what's important to me for me to start my legacy.
So you on that Russell Simmons, you gotta help yourself before you can help others type deal.
Listen, what do they tell you on the airplane? Please make sure you put your oxygen mask on before you assist any others. Your kids, your old mother, don't help nobody till you get your mask on first.
Selfish.
I hear you.
Selfish.
That's what the airlines say.
Yeah,
You can't save nobody if you can't save yourself.
Yeah,
That's true.
mic drop.
You can't love anyone if you don't love yourself.
Bruh, really?
There's a whole industry that will prove you different.
I kind of pushed that a little bit too far.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
$1 billion industry that thinks otherwise. But anyway, robots and everything.
For real. I could pay somebody to love me.
Off topic. See how easy we get off topic? That little bit, just to the left.
How much? 75? I give you extra 20 if you love me while you do it.
All right, just swing a U-turn right here. Just
Right. Okay. I'm back.
Hit this cul-de-sac. Let's hit
that. Well, I'm back in my car. Yeah, y'all dropped me off back at Johnny's house.
Right.
He was out there washing my car for me. Like, bro, you had some bird dropping because you popped underneath this tree right here. But don't worry, I took care of that for you.
All right.
I can't get mad at him anymore.
Well, this seems like a good time to end, though.
Could be. Could be.
Yo, 50,000 people in.
What happened?
Almost 50,000 people in Georgia voted for Joe Jorgensen for president.
Who the hell is Joe Jorgensen?
Some other candidate.
See, those are the people that
7,000 people voted for him.
Right.
Waste. And you know what? The margin between Biden and Trump is less than 50,000. There's the numbers right there. They could have determined who won that. Dummies right there.
Right.
That's how it always is.
Wow.
It just brings back to the point where, same thing with what's his name that kept running independent. Those
who? There's a bunch of them. Ross Perot.
Yeah, Ross Perot.
Oh, you was gonna say that? I thought you was gonna talk about your boy with the perm. What's he was trying to be Democratic. Skinny fat dude.
Oh, you talking about Al Sharpton.
Oh,
Al Sharpton. Yeah, they just come along and
people. Did Kanye actually put his bid in or no?
Nah, but he didn't make it.
He wasn't able to get on the ballot in most states.
Yeah, like he didn't make it to my state. He was. I thought they said he did, but he didn't.
He didn't make it to Jersey either.
How much money did
he
that
cost?
Cost?
To Jersey either.
How much money did that cost though? Because it's not cheap to get on. You can't just say, "Oh, I want to put my name on," and you gotta have
millions.
Money.
That's millions.
I'm just saying that's just stupid. That's just stupid to me.
He just wants attention. That's all.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that's stupid to me. Why? So I always look at it like this. If you're looking at the and this goes back to people who want their candidate, and if you look at the Democrats and who they ended up with Biden, you had an opportunity for 4 years to cultivate, to mature, to create the candidate of your choice.
Yep.
And not only just one, but several. You got your A plan, your B plan, your CD plan. With all of the politicians that are out there, the best you could come up with was Biden at the end of the day by default.
Right.
What happened to your plan B? What happened to your plan C?
Right.
If you really knew, and you knew as passionate and as empowered, and it was such a travesty that Trump got into office from the day he
Yep.
Accept it. Even before that, when they announced the verdict, y'all should have been at work creating the next whomever.
Yep.
And 3-4 deep. So if something were to happen, like certain things did, people get caught out there with pictures and videos get leaked and all types of stuff. You got a plan B.
Right.
Okay. Oh, well, she didn't work out. He didn't work out. All right. You got a plan C. You got a whole organization that should have been at work with nothing more to do than to create the anti-Trump who would galvanize America and be the shining victor.
Well, they couldn't. And the thing that
what do you mean they couldn't? They could have.
Okay, you're right. They could have. They didn't, I should say.
They didn't. Yeah, I know.
And the thing is, the one thing about Biden basically was saying, y'all gonna need a old ass fool to take this old ass fool out of office. But Biden should be the last old ass fool that we should ever vote for. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Now I understand you need somebody old with money to take on this guy old with money. But that's it.
Did you really though? But did you really?
Yes.
Why?
I think personally?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I'm just saying the country did.
No, because I'm saying so why did Barack come up at the time that he came up? Because he went against the old white man.
Well, Barack was he was new.
But you got to understand, he was new, and he was replacing. They were looking for someone. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't like George W. was he challenged him in his second term.
Something with Barack. Barack won the presidency when nobody else really, really wanted to have the presidency because we were going into a major recession in our economy.
We was in one.
They wanted somebody else to take the blame for that shit. Barack won because they needed somebody else. They didn't really want the presidency then.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. With the way that, even with the failure in the response to COVID and the state of the world right now, you don't think that was enough to put people in and say, you know what, we need to put out our plan B. We got to go against this guy.
But see, I don't think that's enough. That was enough time.
No. Like, what I'm saying is, if you don't have bench strength, then that's a failure on you as a party, because again, you lost. You lost when you shouldn't have lost. You lost because you got tired or got complacent and assumed that y'all had it in the bag, right?
Right.
So when y'all got tricked,
right,
it should have been instant. This will never happen.
Right.
You should have started that day, grassroots efforts, building your bench, and like I said, going 2-3 deep, so that when it came time to put your candidates of your Democratic choice, Biden wouldn't even had a chance. Because you would have had three strong candidates that would have been able to compete.
Remember, the first pool that they had, they just didn't see, like, all the young people, that stepped up. Harris and Booker and the Asian dude,
Andrew Yang, Mayor
right. They all stepped up, and someone said, "No, that's not going to beat it. We need an old person with money." Out of nowhere, here come Bloomberg.
Right.
So it was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, Bloomberg could probably do it." You start seeing all these Bloomberg commercials all over the place. Then it was like, nah, Bloomberg ain't gonna get it done. And out of nowhere, at the last minute, here comes Biden.
No. Biden was before Bloomberg.
Yeah, Biden was definitely in the race.
Yeah, he was in there.
Definitely.
Bloomberg was the very last person to get in.
But to my point, right? If you had the timing and you had the ability to stick a Bloomberg in there, first of all, who said? I don't know who they are or whatever that said that none of these young candidates can hang.
Right.
Either the pockets wasn't deep enough or whatever. But if you look at the DNC and the amount of money that they have,
right,
they could have went to the coffers and got the money that they needed.
That wasn't the problem, Jay.
But
No, I
who's
don't
going to
know.
be the man?
I'm asking. I really don't know.
But who's going to be that person, Jay?
I don't know.
Here's
I'm
the
just
problem.
saying you should have had at least three people to choose from. No one
But
but you.
where are you going to get them from?
You could have
Jay is
groomed
asking
them.
a question. I can answer his question. Here's the answer to Jay's question. His question is, why wasn't there a bench started back in 2016
Exactly.
when Hillary lost?
Right.
The answer to that question is that in order for the Democratic Party to have somebody that has a chance to win on the national election stage, that person has to be as close to the middle as possible. They can't be far extreme left like AOC and some of the new blood that's been coming into the Democratic Party. Because if you too far extreme left, you'll never get the independence that you need in order to win the presidency. It needs to be somebody closer to the middle inside the Democratic Party.
Gotcha.
And that's the problem.
And once again, that's why I said
that came into the Democratic Party, they were too far left in order to be able to be competitive on the national stage for the president.
So here's a question, right?
That's the problem.
Here's a question. Were you trying to maintain control and to extend the legacy in your run in 2012 when you said in 2012 you said, oh, we did it again? Why didn't you start then to start building the next,
right,
knowing what you knew, knowing where the country was headed?
Let me because they figure in 2012 the thought was Biden was just going to take right over from Obama.
How do you think
they thought Biden was going to run, and
they thought Biden was going to run. They thought Biden was going to run, so they was going to just try to lead off on all the things that the Biden and the Obama and Biden party tried to establish. So they was just going to take off from there. Like you guys gave me 4 more years. I'm asking you to give me 4 more and vote for Biden. And we just going to continue where we were. If Biden would have ran in 2016, I think he would have. I know he would have beat Trump back then. He would have beat Trump back then.
Absolutely, he would have beat.
But the problem is when he didn't. I mean, Hillary was the next best candidate. That was it.
But that's the problem. You can't just have a plan A. If you're talking long term, you can't just have a plan A and think it's going to work out.
But you got to understand something. All the other candidates, Hillary would have beat. Who did? Like Trump was their plan that you said. Okay, Trump was their plan. They already knew. All right. If Biden, if he's not going to run. Just gonna let Hillary run, that's it. And Trump basically destroyed Hillary's character.
But she still had a chance, though.
She had a chance. She came close.
She took
I don't fault her as a candidate. I fault the American people not showing out.
Right.
Like the Democratic Party did not. I forget what the numbers were, but they were significantly down.
Right.
Significant.
She
like
didn't go to different places.
Exactly. Everybody got comfortable, comfortable.
Right.
And said, we got it in the bag. We ain't got to worry about it. Like that's the point where you had a whole bunch of people saying, F my vote. I don't even have to vote. We got this.
Yep. Yeah.
Why waste the time? Why take a day off work? Why get in the line? Man, we got this. We ain't got nothing to worry about. Let's keep moving.
But Johnny, according to your plan, your situation, well, not your situation, but the plan that the Democrat should have had, they did have it, and they used it. Like Obama was that guy that they out of nowhere, just like Demetric said, it's we're about to go into oppression. We're about to, everybody about to be bankrupt. We need somebody. They had that guy, that young dude, where they could mold, and they could put up there in front, and that's what they did. And the plan was, all right, make sure you get your vice president who could take over for you afterwards. Give us time. Hillary was not even supposed to have been running. Hillary was supposed to retire and stay retired.
So is that the norm? And again, I'm not a political analyst by no means and don't know the history or nothing, right? Is that the norm? Does that work to have a person in for 8 years and then your VP come up and take over for another 4 years and it just keep moving like that?
Yes, that's the plan. I mean,
no. I'm saying, has that worked?
Yes,
well,
I mean, it always
build it. Most of the time, that's how they try to build
Well, I will say, since
what's the run?
I've been since Reagan, since Reagan, as far as I'm gonna go back as far as when I first turned 18.
Okay.
Since Reagan.
So Reagan's VP was who?
George W.
Okay, so George W's VP was who?
Well, George W. lost. He lost his second term.
Well, his first one was Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But he lost his second term. So it wasn't like his VP was there.
So his VP couldn't ascend.
Right.
Okay.
So then
Bill Clinton.
It was Clinton.
And John
it was
Kerry.
Clinton.
And Kerry. Wasn't John Kerry the vice president?
Kerry was the vice president. No, not Kerry.
Al Gore.
Al Gore.
That's it, Al Gore.
Al Gore.
But then Al Gore
should
lost.
have won. Who should have
He should have won. Right.
Oh yeah, that was when they cheated in Florida.
Won. That's
Remember?
when they cheated in Florida with all that hanging Chad stuff. Like he should have won.
Yeah.
Like so now
he won the popular vote, and then they stole Florida. And that's how Bush ended up in the White House.
Yep. And it just so happened his
remember
brother,
they took it to court and everything
of Florida.
I know. I remember that. Yeah.
So, but then once Bush got in there, his vice president is going to run against Obama.
Well, the problem wasn't that his vice president was running against Obama. The problem was that Bush put us in a recession.
Right.
So
exactly.
his vice president couldn't take advantage of being his vice president,
right?
Because Bush had fucked over the country.
He had nothing to shine. He had nothing to shine on.
He had no shine. So that's why Obama didn't have to worry about him.
So 4 years from now, because honestly, I don't think this man is going to try to do 8 years.
No.
I really think Harris is going to run 4 years from now.
I don't believe that's the case. I think there's a very, 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 very good chance that Harris ends up having to finish out his term.
Right.
I can agree with that also.
Yeah.
I can agree with that also.
Man, you didn't see how he running around those steps and stuff, yo? He's running around. He's a spring chicken, bro.
And they're prepping, they puffing the pillow. And give him
I gave him 4 years. Y'all gave him 2.
Right.
Why Biden be running everywhere, yo? Like he just gotta go to the bathroom, or he just came from the bathroom.
It depends. His depends got full.
Something happens to Biden within the first 2 years of his presidency, and Harris takes over. That's considered a presidency for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if something happens in the last 2 years and she takes over, she still could run for president twice.
Right.
So
but here's the thing. So now, with the opinion, public opinion of Harris and everything else that's going on, you think she got a shot at 8 years?
Yes.
She will have to have a super duper vice president.
Yeah.
Super duper vice president.
It would have to be a vice president.
It'll be a young white dude.
It will have to be.
It would be a young white dude.
Or
okay.
No.
Has to be.
No.
It has to be a young white dude.
So here.
That's it.
So here's a question. Right now,
who
are they grooming their bench? Are they building their bench?
I mean,
and
He-
it's not even a
listen,
question. So
he might
let's
not
say,
even graduated college yet. But he's coming.
but on knowing what you know and knowing how things work out, regardless of the party, and I'm not even saying this is for Democrats or Republicans. I'm just saying the fact that you don't have the bench strength for years in the making,
Right.
2-3 levels deep, is seems problematic or foolish to me. That you would think that every 4 years you either got it in the bag or you're gonna have by default your guy, your VP, to just assume the balance of power once you leave office. That just doesn't make sense to me. Like I would have my team. I would have a team. Like everybody can stand on their own merits, even in the event
Right.
that something happens that I can just slot right in.
Like a starting five.
Starting five. I need to have them.
Right.
And they got to be perfect. They got to be squeaky clean, interchangeable, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just put the name in a hat, and I can just pull them out. Okay, you won the lottery. You're our guy, or you're our girl, or whatever. Right?
Is that the Manchurian Candidate movie? Is that what that is?
It's something. It's something. I'm not saying I have an original idea. I'm just saying. Shit. You know how movies are. There's always truth in movies.
Absolutely.
So,
now, real quick, just to go back on something. You guys said something about a tie. What they're saying is, I'm reading something here on electoral college. If it's a 269 tie, they said that's unlikely to happen. But if it does, the House of Representatives picks the president.
Yeah.
And the Senate picks the vice president.
Yep.
So, but it says,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm confident it's not going to happen.
Right.
No. That creates too much.
So that would mean that there would be a Democratic president and a Republican vice president.
Possibly, yep.
You know how crazy that is, yo?
They'll be arguing for every single thing.
Actually, they might actually get some shit done.
So they will have to make compromise. They will have.
They would actually together have to work together.
I agree.
And the Senate wouldn't be able to completely stuff the president and everything he wanted to do with a Republican vice president sitting in.
You know what, you said that? So, because some pundits did make mention of that back in 2016, that if there was different parties in the presidency and the vice presidency, things will work. Because they will have to compromise to get anything across.
Yep.
You know,
that might actually be the best thing for the country.
Interesting.
Well, just so from what I'm seeing, there's a 0.8% difference between Trump and Biden in Georgia.
0.8.
0.8. Trump is leading 49.8. Biden's at 49.
Wow.
95% of the votes in.
Wow.
0.8.
Oh, they're gonna make sure Trump wins Georgia. Trust me. They're not gonna let him lose Georgia.
That's
closing the margin.
But the fact of a 0.8, like you're not even a whole point
right
ahead of somebody.
Yeah. Damn. Like, hey, again, this is 2020.
Yeah.
It couldn't be any other way.
Nah.
It has to be this way.
It got to be craziness because it's 2020.
Right.
Yeah.
2020 was a fluke. No, this is real.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen Christmas time, New Year.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying, like, is Santa Claus going to like have a explosive vest on and just go up on TV? Be like, you know what? Fuck Christmas! And ruin Christmas forever. You know, or New Year's Eve. You know, Oh, no, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it.
Yeah,
But
don't revisit the what is it, the Simpsons episode or something like that. They already got it off in 4 years ago in
right,
2016.
right,
We don't want the new shit to happen come
right.
January
Absolutely.
2021.
This is crazy.
Ah,
All I know is we better not go back to school before the weather
listen,
gets warm again.
look, I think that's whoever, I don't care whoever wins, whatever. The fact that if you start pushing that agenda of
Right,
reopening things, and that was one of Trump's things where Biden wants to keep the country shut down and blah blah blah, and I want to open and get you back to work and all that type of stuff. It's like at what cost, right? And I'm not saying that there's a overwhelming belief one way or the other of the impact of
right,
COVID, but I'm just saying that is it okay to err on the side of safety and still maintain a a uh, a a thriving economy?
right.
I'm not convinced that's an impossibility. I'm thinking that it's possible. I'm thinking that whatever the new norm is has to have some consideration for doing things differently.
right,
And you still can make money. You still can,
right,
carry on a decent quality of life.
right.
It just can't be as reckless as it was.
Listen, I'm feeling waiters, waitresses with masks on handling my food. I'm feeling that. So once this COVID is over, they should keep that mandate going. How many times they walking around talking, and people have particles all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see nothing wrong with that. If they have to wear hair nets to cook,
I've been preaching this for years. Well,
you're a germaphobe, so
the whole country a germaphobe now.
and,
I'm part of the norm.
and maybe it's my
So you
sign,
part of the norm now?
but that 6 feet distance, that works out for me.
Yeah,
Like,
especially in line.
Get off my back, lady. Like, we're not going anywhere. We're stuck right here. My man is counting pennies at the register. We're stuck.
listen.
So don't walk up behind me.
But that's subjective because if she hot, you probably don't mind.
Right. You're not gonna say get off my back, lady.
Hot, get in front of me.
You're like, get off my
Right.
back. Ooh, lady.
Right? No. Dimitri had it right. Lady, let's switch spots.
Then she gonna be like, get off my back, man.
Give me one more second. Okay, all right, I'm good.
She gonna be like, I think they said 6 foot and not 6 centimeters.
No, but yeah, man. Some of this stuff should stay.
Absolutely.
All said and done.
There's some definite benefits to controls, right?
Right.
And like I said, there should be, some sort of allowances or some. I mean, you can't stay in lockdown forever, right?
Right.
And I think from a business perspective, you've seen that certain businesses have actually thrived in this state, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of companies have realized that they're paying a lot of money, a lot of overhead in real estate for jobs that truly can be done remotely.
Right.
I mean, you don't need to spend, $50, $75 a square foot for a 30,000 square foot office space when all you do is be on a computer, right? Answering phones.
Yeah.
With some monitors. Like there is benefit to that from a financial standpoint from businesses. Now, if you're in the hospitality and the travel cruise lines, then yes, that's different. That's where you make your life. The tourism business, yes. Stadiums, sporting events, yes. That's where you make your money. That's that mass gathering, concerts,
right?
Of course, but a lot of businesses do not need to have people commuting back and forth to work, sitting in traffic, bullshitting around the water cooler. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it personally.
You said the overhead alone.
Yes. So now you got a company that's financially solvent because they're able to redivert those funds. I can hire triple my staff. I can put more people to work.
Right.
Than paying the rent.
Put money in my pocket.
Or yeah. Now my profit margin is even greater, right?
Right.
So there's a lot of companies that really appreciate COVID. You know, they realize I don't have to pay the money for the Matt Cali bill, and that's charging me $1.5 million, $100,000 a year just for maintenance.
Yeah.
Security, parking, heating, all the deliveries and the catering, and just to be, like I said, the productivity off the chain when you for the right company,
right?
They're making out right now.
And that sexual harassment claim going down.
Why? Okay, yeah, true.
I'm just saying.
Well, online stalking is probably going up.
That's easier to curb, though. That might be easier to curb.
Anyway, fellas, I think we did. I think we've done this topic. I appreciate everybody.
Right.
This was a great conversation. We hit on a couple different topics.
Yep.
So I'm good.
God.
All right, fellas.
That was good.
All right, guys.
Wow. Who would have thought this race would come down to WAP? Wisconsin, Arizona, Pennsylvania.
Wow, it always come down to WAP.
Always.
Wow.
That was a good one.
That is a great one. That's a great one.
That's a good one.
Fellas, that was it.
That was it. Can't do more than that.
All right, guys. Superstar Gene at Superstar Gene. You can hit me up on IG or Twitter. See you guys later.
Yes, sir. You got Chris _Ali 908. Hit me up.
What's up? You got John Lee the 1/4 of the collective. You know what it is.
And you got on IG Dimitri LT43. Hit me up.
All right, that's it.
And we are the collective getting the hell out of here.
Okay,
Later, guys.
Later.